Whether you're just starting out on your adult life or have a wealth of life experience, surely you must be guided by something to make your life happy. Maybe you're guided by your parents' advices, or you use the internet, or you use some other credible sources, or you have counseling from psychologists. And yet, here you are. And it means that we can take a look at the alternative point of view on how to make ourselves happy. I'd like to invite you to reflect on the human nature and just think logically about what a person really needs to be happy. Perhaps what I'm about to say will help you improve the quality of your life, to lay the foundation on which you can make many useful changes in your life that will make you happy. I'm sharing my life experience with you. Maybe it will be useful to you in some way. Make yourselves comfortable. Let's reflect on this together. In general, the human body is a mechanism. Why do I say that? Because it obeys certain physical laws. Since this is so, then those laws should be observed for our bodies. If they are observed, the body will also work for a long time. Let me explain it to you using a car as an example. What are the three basic things a car needs to be able to run for a long time, to be in working condition? If we don't talk about the maintenance now, it needs three things besides air, without which it just won't start. It's gasoline, oil, and coolant. What happens to a car if you just fill it with oil, coolant, gasoline, and then drive? And in future, you will only fill it up with gasoline. Well, it will be running for a while. So, for us today, gasoline is about satisfying our physical needs. Like the car, we won't last long without it. And what is considered to satisfy physical needs today? It's money. And if your life is all about chasing money, it's like putting only gasoline in a car. After a while, it will break down. And you can forget about happiness, because the other two things are runs dry. It's the same with our lives. And I think few would argue with me that man has only three basic needs. He doesn't need much to be happy. He has a physical need, an emotional need, and a spiritual need. A physical need is when we consume everything we need to exist in our life. It could be need for clothing, or perhaps a warm place to live. Emotional needs. Emotional needs are what we get pleasure from in our life. What do you get pleasure from in your life? If you get the pleasure right, let's just say, without any sudden flashes, you'll get more satisfaction. It's like oil in a car. If you put too much oil in a car, it can be damaged. So it's the same with the human body. If you satisfy your emotional needs excessively, it can cause damage too. I think it makes logical sense, and you won't argue with me. However, if you have a different point of view, please share it in the comment section below. I'd love to read it. And please, share your opinion. I'm interested in what do you think? What are your priorities in life? And in general, I'm interested in having a dialogue with you. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. So, we've looked at our two needs, physical and emotional. And what about our spiritual needs? In general, we believe that spiritual needs are satisfied by going to the theater or other cultural events. But why have people tried to worship God since ancient time? Why do they try to reach out to higher being? Where does it come from in our lives? It's all very simple, because we the people also have a need for it. If we fulfill only one of our needs, our life will not be happy. There will be no harmony. So, physical, emotional, and spiritual needs must all be met. In one of the next videos, I'll try to explore the topic of spiritual needs in more detail. We will discuss it. I'm sure you'll find it interesting. But now I'll just say briefly that the man's spiritual needs is the need to know God, who He is, what He created man for, why we live, and what the meaning of life is. It's all our spiritual needs that help us make sense of our lives. Where do we come from? Where are we going? What are we doing here? Let's summarize. Human beings have three needs: an emotional need, a physical need, and a spiritual need. When needs are met, it contributes to a person's happiness. If the one of them is not satisfied, no matter what you do, you will eventually break down. So think about it and add everything that's missing in your life. You may ask where to find your spiritual need in the Holy Scriptures. Try to get to know this book better. Not just read it, but study it. Try to see for yourself the instructions in this book. Maybe this will help you make your life happy. And I'd be very happy if you could do it. So stay tuned for more. I'd like to talk to you, discuss things with you, look forward together. It will be a pleasure for me to share my life experiences and observations with you. Together, we can improve our lives.